out there.
Yeah.
At the same time as seeing the beauty in the day, even if it's a really tough day. Does
Yeah.
that answer your question?
Yeah, I think you answered it perfectly. Like, often the people that I work with, and I think when you can build a better relationship to the moment, which is clearer and deeper, which obviously you do, then that helps guide the future decisions from a point of clarity of, as you said, growth and possibility, because in the now you're making it from a really clear space. And I think that's what you're sort of saying here, is that those 5 marathons in 5 days, or the decision to sail, comes from a place of clarity of what is now to make future decisions.
Yes, exactly. And I think that, again, what has supported me in that has been practice. So daily practices, and that consistency in practice. So I believe we find our own practices that help us be in the moment. So for me, I meditate, I dance daily,
Yep.
crazily around the house. I do my training, of course, my triathlon training. I have a place in my home that I go to that is kind of like a sacred place for me, where I feel I can be still.
Yep.
And that could be a tree even, and that can be anything. It could, whatever, again, serves you. So I think it's and then of course all the idea of nourishment. So what are we feeding ourselves with? Who are we surrounding ourselves with? What kind of people are we attracting? Which comes from our own energy.
Which is, and people and dance, like what I'm picking up from, it's all energy. Like it's all, and what you're sort of saying,
it's all energy.
Is that
the
mix of the yin and yang energy is the discipline of endurance training, gives you the discipline and the hardship and battles, but also that dancing around the house gives a different energy of high energy, of letting yourself be a kid again and just to let go.
Yeah, and also having the mindset of what the hell, let's just do it.
Yeah.
Like we don't have to be in this mindset of oh, we should be like this, we should be like that. It's our choice, and whatever situation we're in, it is our choice on what we think about. I think our feelings are different, but our thoughts, they are our choices, and we constantly have to work with our mindset and not to let the mind override the heart.
Yes.
And the only way to get into the heart, I feel, is to get into that stillness.
Yeah.
Because the mind is going crazy. The monkey mind is chatting all the day. And by coming into that stillness, which means tapping into your heart, ultimately, we can get, again, the sense of clarity and the sense of truth, our own authenticity comes out of that space. And breathing, breath work as well, that's hugely assisting in my life. I work with breath work too, and that really helps you come into your own power and your own clarity. And that can just be sitting on a bus, or it can be in a queue somewhere. You just choose to tap in to your own energy inside yourself. And again, I feel that gives you that sense of permanence that we do have, which is the connection to yourself. That's probably the only thing it is permanent.
Yeah.
Which then gives you that sense of authenticity, like who am I? And then what stems from that is, okay, so what's my purpose, or what are my purposes? What really gets me going? And when we vibrate from that frequency, our energy, as you say, is cleaner and purer and more true to ourselves. And so therefore we attract those kind of people that serve us and can and help us, support us and challenge us, because we're acting out of that place of authenticity.
Sorry, Rosanna, are you really mindful of what, and I talk about consumption, but what you consume, not just food-wise, but to stay in that high vibrational state, that like the people you have around you, what you eat, what you read or watch on TV, for instance, but for most people, like that energy consumption of being a high quality to allow you to be in that state, even the environments and experiences that you decide that are going to continue to evolve you into a state that's the person from a place of purpose, as opposed to sort of getting caught up in a community or with people that are taking that energy from you.
Yeah, no, I think it's vital. I think we have a choice on what we place in ourselves, what energy we place in. That's fuel, that's food. Yes, 100%. What I eat. I love food and I like to enjoy food. I'm plant-based, but I really love to enjoy sharing that food too. So that's a conscious decision on how I choose to eat to feel cleaner and purer and to be able to to give my body the best chance it has.
Yeah.
Actually, simple as that, and to share that with others. But again, no judgment on anybody else. If they want to eat that or this, fine, great. Let's all enjoy the choices we're making.
Yeah.
We have an active choice in what we consume in terms of food, and then with people, 100%. We don't have to be around people that drain us. We choose to who we're around, and if we are around people who don't serve us entirely, okay, so limit the time. It could even be family members that don't really work for us. Okay, you can't get rid of them, but we can limit the time. Again, making an active choice, a conscious choice.
Yeah.
Okay, this person's me, or even letting them be a reflection of yourself. Sometimes that's the case too. Yeah. So it's challenging because they're reflecting something in yourself. And then I'm lost my track now. My daughter's walked in the room.
No. I think that the overarching, what I'm hearing from you then is that your ability to stay in this open state of choice, continual choice, that you've got that's quite freeing. Is there anything that you do practice-wise, apart from obviously the meditation, and that allows you to continue in that heart space more often?
Contribution.
Yeah.
I would say. I feel that's another key word for me as a foundation, is to feel I can contribute to other people. So my choices, I would like to feel that my choices help others, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
A greater picture, so more of a collective consciousness. And I feel that when I am helping other people, whether it's with my dance or in breath work or whatever it is that I'm doing, I feel like it gives me perspective on my own life.
Yeah.
And again, helping me stay in that heart space. And just to be grateful for what I have, be grateful for what I'm experiencing, even when I feel like it's really, really, really hard.
Yeah.
Because I know that somebody else is going to be harder than I have. And that helps me feel, okay, I can do this. I get some help. I get some support. I take a break, whatever it is that I need to do. But by working with others, or surrounding yourself with others in form of contribution, you just get that perspective and that clarity.
Do you fear failing, like to put yourself out there to contribute to community or to others, or to racing or parenting? Like, is there a fear of failing or it not working, or how do you build a relationship with that mindset or that chatter?
That is fear, isn't it? It's fear. I think that I'd be a fool to say I have no fear around that, especially when it comes to homeschooling.
Yeah.
Because I feel that I'm really out there with how we've chosen to teach them. And I definitely have moments where I feel like, not that I'm failing or will I fail, but more, gosh, I hope I'm doing the best for them.
Yeah.
I hope I'm providing what they need. And I know that I can't provide everything because we can't fix everything.
Yeah.
And that's an important reflection, is that not everything is perfect. We can't make it perfect. We can just do the best that we can with the tools that we have. So I think that when I come into any state of fear around, say, failing, it'd only be probably around the homeschooling, because I'm pretty much alone with that. Because I feel that with everything else, is there such thing as failure? Yeah. I don't really believe there is such thing as failure, because I just really do believe that we have lessons.
Yeah, beautiful.
And I don't even believe in mistakes. I don't even believe there is a mistake. We just learn from the things that just don't go according to plan, or we've hurt someone unintentionally. It's just a lesson to take with us, and another lesson in that chapter of our story. And I really hold on to that mindset, because if I don't believe there's failing or failure as such, then it's just keep trusting in the path and trusting in the choices that we make, knowing that there will be lessons to be learned along the way, because we haven't got it figured. None of us have got it figured. We're just doing the best we can with what we know. And I think, so just one last point on that, because I think that it's a very important point, because in our Western society particularly, we are conditioned to feel to feel that we can fail, or we can mess up, and that is detrimental. But I don't believe that. I just believe, again, it's a lesson that we'll take with us.
Yeah, and that again, that ability for you to stay open and spacious, and sit with those feelings. Like, what advice would you give to someone who is sort of in that sort of modern way of living, sort of, working your 9 to 6 and just stuck on that treadmill of creating that space or that mindset shift to, impermanence and flow, as opposed to the rigidity of, I need the house, I need to have this much money in the bank, I need this because this is what happiness, or this is what life has, I've been told to live this way.
Oh, tricky question. What advice would I give?
Yeah, or any, just even advice as a, is it to create space, or is it, is it to looking to your well-being as a starting point? Like, where would you sort of start for someone?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think it's start with looking at your life, your conscious, your lifestyle at this point, whatever lifestyle that might be. If it's that 9 to 5 job, okay, so what is my life? How does my life look? What is serving me in my life? So the diet, the people that I'm surrounded by, the movement. What movement am I doing? Just basic questions. How does my life look? And then, what really serves me as a person? Yeah. What is serving me in my life right now? And what am I passionate about? Am I living any passions at all? Or have I forgotten about that because I'm told that, you can't, as you get older, you've got to do this and this and this. Because passion is so important. I think passion is what makes you jump up in the morning and say, okay, great. Let's see where this can take me today. And it can be the smallest little passion. It doesn't have to be that you're a Olympic triathlete, or it could be the smallest little thing that just gets you going. That is you. So it's living from knowing what your purpose is and your passion. And I think they're vital to creating a life that you feel proud to live for yourself and not for anybody else. And to know it's your life, someone else's life. Yeah. You write your book. Yeah. And so whatever anybody else says actually is irrelevant. It really is, because it's your choice. Yeah. And not to take the role of victim. Oh, but I've done this. Oh, I don't know. You can change it. So it's tapping into the idea that we can change and that things change. If we look at nature again, everything is changing. Everything is moving. There's a winter, there's a summer, there's death, there's life. So I think to be in nature as much as we possibly can be. Even if it means walking to work or sitting in the garden for a few moments, just being in that space of presence in nature. That's really important. But I think, like I said, just having an overlook at your life today, how does it look? And knowing that you can make those changes that need to be made. Yeah. And not to fall down the path of, oh, but I haven't got enough money. Oh, but I haven't got this. Because we can all say those things.
No, I agree.
We can always find obstacles. But it's to say, you know what? This is my life. And it's today. It's not tomorrow or when I'm retired. It's now. Yeah. Because we may not be here next week.
And what you sort of said then, Rosanna, really resonated, is that that purpose, like having a clear purpose and clarity on what you value as a human. And I think that when you said that really resonated, as that is almost, if you haven't got that, and not just at a head level or a concept of thinking but of heart, and that openness of how you're living from that place of pure heart and depth is really important as that starting spot. Because if you haven't got that, every business, everything that's successful in life, even nature, there's clarity of purpose of why that exists. you know, that
Yes.
the bees are there to do a job, that they've got purpose. The company has a vision statement or a purpose as it's